Hey folks, it's Rob from Rob's Movie Collection. I was watching one of my subscribers named Blu-Ray Benn, and he started a tag called the Simple Movie Tag. Now, it's his first tag, and I know what it's like to try and start a tag and have it just sit there and go nowhere, and nobody gets involved, and there's just nothing. I've got a couple of tags like that in my tag playlist that just are sitting there and nobody has ever. So I know what that's like. So I told him I would do this tag as soon as I could, and that was last week. I haven't been able to do it yet, but I'm going to try to do it today. I have noticed in the meantime that it does seem to be getting popular. I have seen a lot of other people do it, so that's great. So definitely check it out. I'll try to put the link to his original tag video down in the description. And yeah, check it out. Let's support him. So let's get started with the questions. Number one is, what is your favorite and least favorite film? Well, now anybody who's watched my channel knows the answer to the first one. My favorite film of all time, Superman the movie from 1978, starring Christopher Reeve. This movie has been part of my life since I was a kid. This film brought my hero to life, and it's always been my favorite movie, and it always will be my favorite movie. And probably not the last time you're going to hear about this film on this list, so get ready for that. My least favorite film is probably going to be a little bit of a controversial answer among the horror fans on YouTube, a lot of which are my subscribers. But sorry guys, I can't help it. My least favorite film is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I just think it's garbage. I'm sorry. I know this is like the holy grail of horror films, but it's that slasher genre that I do not like. And when I was in my 20s, I thought, what is the big deal about this genre? Why is everybody so into it? So I'm going to check it out, and I'm going to give it a good try. And I watched all the Friday the 13th movies and all the Nightmare movies that were, Elm Street movies that were out there. And then I watched this one too, and I just, oh boy, what a waste of film. Sorry, I know a lot of you guys just like, I love this movie and just bow at the altar of this movie, but sorry, I can't. Sorry, guys, it's terrible. Okay, we better move on to the next question. Number two, who is your favorite actor and favorite actress? So with my favorite actor, I'm going to go with a guy that's probably on a lot of these lists, and that would be Tom Hanks. I love Tom Hanks. I've been watching him since the 70s when he was dressing up like a woman on Bosom Buddies, and who would have known that he would have gotten to where he is now? I mean, he made some movies back in those days, but they didn't seem like anything. No clue that he would end up doing all these amazing roles. And he can do comedy, he can do broad comedy, in a dress, and he can do subtle comedy, he can do drama, he can do just there's so much in his range, and but he's just a great actor, and he's very likable, and I just like him a lot, and I do enjoy his work a lot. For favorite actress, I'm going to go with Sally Field. Again, I've been seeing Sally Field all my life, since I was a kid, watching her on Gidget and The Flying Nun, and Smoking the Bandit, and all her dramatic turns, and just recently I saw her in, last thing I saw her in was My Name is Doris, and she was still fantastic as always. Yeah, I really like Sally Field. I've always enjoyed her, and my only complaint is I wish she would do more work. Still really great seeing her. So number three, who is your favorite director? Well, this one's easy, no brainer. Steven Spielberg. Spielberg, along with George Lucas, made my childhood. I grew up at a time in the 70s and 80s where they were just kings. They were just, all these movies were coming out that they were making. When I wanted to be a filmmaker, I wanted to be Steven Spielberg. He was the guy. He's the man. And such a range. The guy can go from, sharks and dinosaurs to, the Holocaust and World War II. And just, he goes from benevolent aliens to killer aliens. I mean, he does so much variety. And I tell you, one of the things I love about him is that he seems to be one of those, if it ain't broke, don't fix it people. He knows what works. He's not stupid. That's why like 99% of his films have been scored by John Williams because he knows what he has there, and John Williams has that same type of magic touch and variety and versatility. So, and I'm sure behind the scenes, he also works with a lot of the same people. I know with Kathleen Kennedy and all that. So, I really enjoy Steven Spielberg to this day. Again, I wish he would do more work, but of course, films have changed a lot, and but still, whenever he comes out with anything, it's just fantastic. So, okay, number 4. What is your favorite movie genre? Well, that's another easy one. Science fiction. Always has been ever since I was a kid. Science fiction, I always categorize as science fiction / fantasy, really. To me, that's always been the best genre. It's certainly the biggest part of my collection. I've shown it in the past. And those are just the types of movies that I love. I love the fantasy aspect. I love the imagination. It's always been my thing. It's always been the thing that I look for, and I enjoy it a lot. That's it for me. Okay, at number 5, we've got, what is your favorite horror movie? Well, as I touched upon earlier, I'm not into the slasher type stuff, which I kind of consider to be a sub-genre of the horror genre because it's just kind of on its own there. But I tend to go for the monsters more. So I think I'm going to pick for this one Creature from the Black Lagoon because I love these old Universal monster movies, and while Frankenstein and Dracula are a little more gothic and they have a little more messages about humanity and messing with things and all that stuff, the Creature is a little more simple from that, but there was just always something about this movie and about this monster that I really liked, and the movie, and just maybe it was Julie Adams, I don't know. But I always loved the suit of the creature. I still think even today it's a scary looking creature. I mean, especially when they show close-ups of his face and the gills, and he's breathing. But I was always fascinated by this suit that this guy wore underwater, and he was able to swim around it, and it was amazing. So I just always loved that movie, and I'm really looking forward to see how they interpret it in this shared monster universe that they began with The Mummy. And there was even little Easter eggs about it in the film. So I'm really looking forward to that because we haven't really seen a lot of modern interpretations of the creature. At number 6, what is your favorite animated movie? Well, when you go into animated movies, Disney tends to dominate so much, but I'm going to go with a film that probably could have been Disney. In fact, I'm not even sure that it's not Disney. I don't think it is, but The Iron Giant. I like this movie a lot. It appeals to me, maybe because I'm a guy. When you're a little kid, you would love to have had a giant robot. I know I used to watch a TV show called Johnny Sacco and His Giant Robot, and I always liked it because of that. So this kind of reminded me of that. And it's just a fun movie, and of course it's got a little connection to Superman too. So it was just very well done, and I always enjoy it a lot. At number 7, what is your favorite soundtrack / score? Well, John Williams being my favorite composer still to this day, and mentioning what my favorite movie was, well, you can guess that my favorite score is Superman the movie. His best score, in my opinion. I mean, talk about an archetypal superhero sound. I mean, the theme, that is heroic right there. That is the dun-dun-dun hero, that's the guy. That's it. I mean, I don't think I've ever heard such a connection from a theme to a hero that was done so well. It's just an amazing score, and boy, I've got that on vinyl, CD, just everything, it's just several times, so never get tired of hearing that. At number 8, what was your best cinema / theater experience? Well, we're going there again. My best cinema experience was in 1978, sitting at the Chinese Theater as the curtain parted, and I started watching those crystal letters with that big crystal S zoom across the screen and watching Superman the movie. It was amazing. I didn't move for 2.5 hours. I couldn't believe what I was watching. It was incredible. And mind you got to remember, this is 1 year after having experienced Star Wars at the Chinese Theater and thinking that nothing could ever top that. Well, for me, this one blew it out of the water. I mean, this was amazing. This is my hero come to life. I'd never seen anything like that before. When he leans forward, flies towards the camera, and then banks to the side. Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. So it was amazing. And going to the Chinese theater was always incredible back in those days. So that's never going to be topped for me. At number 9. What is your favorite guilty pleasure movie? Well, guilty pleasure implies that you're kind of ashamed of it, and I'm not ashamed of any of the movies I see, especially the bad ones. I brag about them, and I recommend them like crazy to people because they're so enjoyable. So if I have to pick one here, and I'm going to recommend it to everyone listening, it's Hercules, starring Lou Ferrigno. Now, this is a fantastic movie. This is one of those Italian movies that is so cheesy and badly done. Now, there is a competing Hercules movie with Schwarzenegger, but now this one takes the cake. This one is great. Not only is there this one, but there's a sequel to it, and there's another one that he made by the same company where he's Sinbad. But this Hercules movie is fantastic. It's just... it's so cheesy, and the effects are so bad, and poor Ferrigno's dubbed. It's just hilarious, and it's got these Italian women running around in these tight little ridiculous outfits. It's fantastic. I love this movie. I can't even really honestly say it's a guilty pleasure, but like I say, I'm recommending it to everyone. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's great. Number 10. What is your favorite foreign film? Well, that would be Cinema Paradiso. It's the same answer I had in another one of the tags, the movie tags. This is just a film that has, always touched me the most. It's about movies. It's about watching movies, about the passion of watching movies, and this little kid and his relationship with the guy that runs a movie theater and shows the movies. It's fantastic. A little bittersweet too, because the little kid in the movie grows up to be a filmmaker, and I couldn't accomplish that goal. But it's just a fantastic film, and I've always loved it. So there you go. There you go, Ben. There's your simple movie tag. Check it out. It's starting to rain. I can hear it here. Starting to sprinkle a little bit. So if you hear those little noises, that's what that is. But so I'm going to tag really quick. Let's see. Mike at Gray 1951. I already know what his answer is going to be for favorite actress. So, and let's see. Professor Geek. I know you're busy and all, but if you got a little time, let's see. Who else? Doc Movie 91, just everyone who's watching my videos, you're tagged. You're automatically tagged. So it's a fun little tag to do. So, and check out Ben's original video with the link down below. Okay, this was fun. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.